Jeez.
Happy holidays, my people. Welcome to episode 124 of Off the Menu Podcast. I am your host, Moose. I'm with my boys, my co-host, Tay.
Hello, everyone.
P.
What's good, y'all?
And today we have a very, very special guest, everybody. We have Simeon Mismash, videographer, photographer, marketing director, creative director, big stepper, go-getter, going crazy.
Good job, Moose.
Yeah, I almost slipped up.
Yeah, because he said hi. You're like, wait.
I was like, wait, hold on.
He said, I'm not finished.
When it comes to the intros, I always get the most antsy. So,
no, you killed it. It was good.
Thank you. It worked out.
And we have IT technical support in the back. Sifu Ying, Matt, Fat.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
We should have used that one yesterday, honestly. Or Saturday. We should have. There was so much going on, yeah.
Honestly, we were trying to work out the nerves, guys.
It was pretty,
I was cooked from the start.
You're telling me, bro. You're telling me.
I was silent for like 20 minutes because you were talking. Well, no, hold on, but
I was.
Explain
I
yourself.
was.
He was talking.
I was.
And I didn't really want to jump over him because we're in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be that guy that cuts off, the host.
Yeah.
Especially with the nerves.
But she did it herself, so it's fine.
And then she was like, no one else could have talked and asked questions. I'm like,
I said, all right.
All right, here's my question.
I'm like, damn, Nafon. Dang, okay. We tried. Oh, yeah, if you guys missed it, we had our very, very first live studio audience podcast.
Saturday.
That's sick.
Episode
man.
23. Yeah, it was really cool, but we were hella nervous.
The only thing I was nervous about was the sound part of it because I spent the whole week building up to it. I had the speakers, couldn't figure out how to get everything connected. Yeah. I have remind me to return all those wires to Amazon before the holidays.
Yeah, you had to do a lot.
Those speaker ones though, how much were they?
Those ones?
Yeah, the one you connected it.
All of them were like $15 each.
Don't return those ones. I might use those.
I was going to hold on to those because those ones actually work.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm only returning the ones that didn't connect.
Okay, and how was this? Did you do any editing at all for it?
Yeah, everything's fine.
The sound was good?
Everything's fine. I touched up a little bit of the color.
Did you hear the crowd too?
Yeah. You can pick up stuff from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, first experience. It was pretty good though.
Would you guys do it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be, not to say I wasn't prepared for it, but I would be more prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot.
It was just a little nerve-wracking.
When people are walking in and out,
it's hard.
I was like, I get my ADHD.
I get distracted. Like, who are you? Why are you here? Oh, I know why you're here.
And then also as we're all three of us were kind of just direct. We have guests, right? But then we didn't want to cut each other off too. So I was waiting for. I was like, okay, we got to have.
We got couched.
Yeah, we had some dead air in there.
They put us on the couch and said, "Give me your IDs," and I was like, oh, "Man."
It was actually really nice because I was in the middle and I felt hella protected. So
I was over here melting.
Yeah, Tay was just in the side.
I was in there. Well, my mic kept falling, and I was like, shit. Okay.
But it was fun. Thank you guys who all showed up and who didn't. There will be an episode out in a couple weeks for you guys.
Well, this episode will come out after it, so if you guys haven't seen it, watch the Nafon episode. That was a live episode that we did shoot with. Shout out to Nafon for putting the event together. Shout out to Kate
from
Blood and Blush Studios. Yeah. Shout out to everyone that helped us put things together. And let's go ahead and get into this episode. Episode 124 Off the Menu Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Let's do it.
We're here for our special guest. Let's start off with the question. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, man. My name's Simeon. I'm honestly just a big marketing head with a blend of being a big creative. I love photo and video and bringing people's passions to life and their visions to life and really kind of creating that. And I'm a big business head. I'm always just kind of thinking about how to help people and how to help people make more money and the right people, obviously. Not a big fan of just helping rich people get richer. I'm a big fan of startups. I love working with startup companies. My main job right now is a startup company, and I just am so crazy about it.
Wow. So you have a career right now in startup, and then you're also doing all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Is it pretty much full time for you on both sides of the gig?
Yeah, honestly, I have the perfect blend of kind of being my own boss because I kind of do what I want in a good way, but I also got to get things done. But also just kind of having a steady job. So I kind of just have my hands just in a few businesses, and you know, my number one job is it's a beauty product company. It's a self tanner, and the whole thing is like it's completely toxin free, which is like huge and groundbreaking. And like my boss is such a visionary, and like, you know, I learned so much from her, and you know, I love jobs that like I get back, you know, and I love learning from people. I'm a big sponge. I kind of learned that. So before I kind of really got into my career, I was like a basketball official. I ref basketball.
You refed a couple of my games before, yeah.
I have, you're right. I forgot. So I ref basketball, high school ball for like 6 years in like adult leagues. And, you know, I had no conflict. People loved me, bro. Like people still come up to me like, hey, you used to ref my games. You're my boy. And that's because I would just listen to people and I'm like, you're right. I'm wrong. Like that was probably foul. Like I messed up. Like, all right, I'd like, you know, there'd be like a really intense varsity game and I don't know who the ball's out on. And I'm like, who touched the last? And some kid will be like, me. And I'm like, okay, it's black ball. And like, it just really taught me, you know, just like how to be a sponge and like, just like, don't let your feelings get in the way of getting better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like one of my biggest beliefs.
That's amazing because when you say that you're a sponge and then also you used to ref basketball games, you have to kind of take on a lot because refs are the most hated people on the court.
Yeah, dude.
We watch the Asian League all the time, so when
I used to rep, I used to rep that league, man. Yeah. They loved me.
They
brought me back, bro.
Yeah. So that's coming up too, and it's funny because every time there's an issue with the refs, and they always have to find new refs because something always happens. So that's amazing to hear that you were one of the refs that, you know what, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna check this out next time because a lot of the players when they're playing, they kind of they do the same things over and over. So you kind of just pick up on those kind of habits. And you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get that next time.
Yep. No, exactly. And I think you got to treat so many things, like so many more things than people expect, like customer service. Yeah. Like I'll throw little like Friendsgivings, little Christmas parties for my friends. And people are like, why do you care so much about these little details about, you know, the entrance, the music that you choose? And it's just if you treat everything like customer service, people will revolve around you and people will come to you and opportunities will come to you.
It's true.
So I would treat basketball like customer service. I treat marketing. I treat my bosses like, customer service, like making them happy. So like, that's a big thing about reffing, that it taught me elite customer service because learning how to deal with an angry person is the hardest and highest level of customer service.
Yeah. I like how you brought up reffing because it's one of those things where you have to kind of get rid of your ego.
Oh yeah, man.
Because there's so many egos on that damn court.
There's 10 egos on the court, and then there's everyone on the sideline. That's like, they got an ego.
You have to kind of get rid of yourself, have patience, and understand what's actually happening because this doesn't affect you at all. So this is a job.
Yeah, and it's like the same paycheck no matter what happens.
Exactly. Yeah. It's more impactful for the people that are actually participating in the sport. Yeah,
because it ruins it. Exactly. A bad rep will ruin your experience, man.
Yeah.
It's
huge.
Like I hoop all the time still, just like in adult leagues. I'm surprised we haven't played against each other. We should play on the same team. But you know, the right ref will just make it super fun and like
easy.
You forget about the ref, it's a blast, but then the wrong ref will ruin your night, man.
100%.
You know,
I agree. So, it's funny you bring that example up because I wouldn't hear somebody make a comparison of customer service and reffing.
I was very surprised by that.
Ultimate customer service. It's underrated, man.
But you made a great point. Yeah. I wouldn't have put those two and two together, you know?
You made it make sense in my head because I know nothing of sports. But then I know
like customer service?
I was in retail for 5 years, so I'm like, hell yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, man. Customer service with retail. Like my first job was one of those soda places, and oh my gosh, they hated me and I hated them. And I didn't learn anything, and then I got into basketball, which eventually I started shooting basketball, and that's what really like propelled my marketing career. Was actually I kind of just came in as like just a photographer for a powder league. Because the powder league, and I just came in and just worked my ass off, and like I would go home immediately after games and edit the whole night until it was done. And then before 9 a.m., I'd have a folder sent to every single player that had their contacts. And I did that for a whole season. And oh my gosh, it propelled me. Like shout out to Powder League, man. Like I love those boys and I love what they're doing. Just really putting on for the community. And like I miss being a part of it. You know, they helped me get to the point where I got like kind of not too big because you're never too big for anything. But I got too busy to do stuff actually. And my boy Nima actually sent me, I think it was Nima. Yeah, that's my boy. He sent me this link to this job out in Africa for their national basketball league out in Cape Verde. And I was in bed and I applied for it and I got a phone call 10 minutes later and I had an agreement to go move out to Africa before I even got out of bed, which was crazy. So being like the head honcho of marketing out for a whole national basketball league was the craziest experience of my life. But like, and that's why I always say like, don't burn bridges. Like no matter what, like there's nothing worse than bad blood, like I might not talk to certain people, but if they need someone of like my services, like they'll come to me because I like to try to keep it cool, keep it professional, keep on good terms with people. So, like I'm grateful for like my roots and like stuff like Powder League where I met Paris and all that. So
how long were you out in Africa for?
It was about 6 months. I thought I was going to live there forever. But it was tough not living in the States, man. The States, I'm so grateful that we live in this country that we live in. And, it was tough, and I met some amazing people. And it was just tough living in Africa. I didn't speak the language, but it was cool. And it looks amazing on my resume, and it taught me so much, which is way more important than my resume.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I shot games 4 days a week and just edited and just made just cool, fun videos. And that was my job, man. It was so cool.
Damn, that sounds like a dream job, honestly.
Yeah, it was cool.
How long ago was that?
Oh my gosh. That was 3 years ago. That is crazy.
Wow, okay.
So post-COVID.
Yeah, it is post-COVID, yeah.
Post-COVID.
So I want to take us to where it all started. So when you started doing photography and how it propelled to where you are now.
So honestly, what started it all happened to be my mom's camera. I would go and take my mom's camera out in high school and just take stupid pictures with my friends.
Yeah.
We'd take pictures with each other just for the memories. And like, I'm so happy I have these pictures, but like, I just shot on auto, whatever. And and I was like, oh, I'm going to take a photography class at Salt Lake Community College where I was going. And I hated it. And I was like, I didn't touch camera for a while. And then one of my good friends, I was like I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, I kind of want to get into photography. And she was pretty successful. And she's like, well, I'm actually selling one of my cameras if you want to buy it. I'm like, sure. I don't know anything about cameras, like I know a little bit, but. And I bought it, and I kind of did like portrait photography and wanted to get into weddings, and But I'm such a sports head. I'm such a basketball, football junkie at heart. And looking back at it, I should have known that I'd eventually get into sports. And I got a job with UVU athletics.
Wow,
nice.
Yeah, I was kind of in charge of all the photo at this. I shot every damn game of every sport there, and it was so much fun. And but I got the job, and I was kind of waiting the whole summer because the job started in August, and then the whole Powder League thing happened, and like shout out to Keegan, shout out to Nima, like they, I was a little unruly back then. I didn't know the whole like, I was what 20, 21,
Yeah.
and then I worked for UVU, and then I went to Africa, and then I went back to UVU, but it that summer it just blew up, and I've always had just I've always been a hard worker. I've always just like really, I feel like my best trait is that I really give a damn about things. Mm-hmm. Like friends, events, I care so much. Like Powder League, oh my gosh, I cared. I promoted it. I made my friends come. One of my biggest things is like, you gotta own it. Even if you don't own it, if you treat it like you own it, one day you will, And how you're just telling Paris about him saying he's a model, but he's got to get paid for it. That's not true, because at Powder League, like I was telling people I'm a professional photographer, and I was not. I shot on auto. I barely. I look back to the images. Oh my gosh, they look terrible. I'm like, what? How did I? And I thought they were so tough too, which is so funny.
Like in the moment, you're like, oh my gosh,
These are so sick.
But damn, I owned it, and I walked with it, and within, 5 months, I quit my warehouse job that I was working because the pandemic shut down basketball, and I was doing it full time, and UVU just propelled that even more. And oh my gosh, those were like some of the best years of my life so far. Working for UVU Athletics, like shout out to everyone I worked with there.
Did you go to UVU?
I did actually. I just graduated in May.
Okay.
Wow.
So you were going to school while working with them.
Yeah.
Type.
Yeah. It was a student job.
Okay.
Technically, and I just graduated there.
Okay.
So
and that's why you want to, because I understand. I saw you downtown like not too long ago, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. What was I doing? I'm trying to remember.
You said you were shooting. I think maybe it was a wedding. I don't know, but you were shooting an event for one of your friends, is what you were telling me. And
but I was shooting.
From what I remember,
I bumped into you, and I was like so pumped to see you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
From our conversation, my understanding is you live down in Orem.
Yeah, I live in Orem.
So thank you for making that trip.
Wow.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in Spanish Fork today actually.
Yeah.
Whoa,
With
further.
one of my
Yeah.
kind of new clients, and oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was quite the drive.
Yeah.
But no,
and then he
it's
met
so
the
worth
train.
it.
Yeah. And then he met
He did all that and met the train.
Yeah,
That
bro.
train is the Grim Reaper, man. That ruins people's days.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you. I'm glad you said something because I was like, bro, yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be, if
would've
you
waited.
waited, you would have been there for 20 minutes, bro.
And I'm truly such a timely person. I hate being late
Bro,
to stuff.
you're
Like,
fine.
It's just like a
Feel that.
respect thing for me. So
But from my understanding,
I was
you wanna move out to Salt Lake.
yeah,
to kind
I'm
of-
totally. Utah County is just a different vibe, man.
Is it?
It's a bubble within a bubble, and everyone there is a little different. Like
Yeah.
no one can put their finger on why, but everyone there is a little different, and
And
it
it's-
throws you off.
I get
Yeah,
the vibe.
I've
dude,
never.
yeah.
So the thing is, I've never really. I've been there. Don't get me wrong, but I've never really hung out and partied or made friends down there. So I just don't know what the difference is.
I have
almost,
made
you know what
I've
I mean?
made so few friends down there, and I've been living there since like fall of 2020.
Really.
You know, I kind of made a lot of friends like the first year because I was living in student housing, but like I miss Salt Lake County, man. It's different. You learn more. You know, I love the business I get in Salt Lake County. I love being in Salt Lake County. Like I grew up in Sandy,
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
went to
I was gonna ask.
Hillcrest.
Okay.
Lived in Sandy my whole life until I was 20.
Then you
Yeah,
went-
moved down to Orem, and I've just been not stuck there. It's just where life took me, you know.
Right.
But
but
it's
for the
been-
better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh,
Because if you
I'm
didn't
so-
go, then there's so many things that you probably wouldn't be doing. Yeah.
that job at UVU really changed my life, and I learned so much and learned what to do, what not to do,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously going to school, like I still talk to a ton of my professors, and
Yeah.
whenever I get like a new kind of business opportunity, I always call this one professor and I just tell him everything, and he tells me so much, and it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, user resources. Like that's why I hate like online class, because you don't get to meet people, man. You don't make those connections.
Human experience. Yeah.
Human experience is huge.
I crave that as well.
No, if I went to school, like that would be so awesome to go to class. But then, yeah, a lot of people get their degrees online nowadays. So it's
So many
like,
people do.
And it makes sense because it's efficient, but you just miss like, oh my gosh, the people that I've met because of school have just like changed my life, you know, and have helped me get so much. And I've taken online classes, and I just don't. It's just not the same.
I'm curious though. In Orem, is just like a culture thing? Do people not
a
like
culture
seem
thing.
very authentic
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
okay? Because that's like I'm born and raised in Utah, and that's always the vibe I got anytime that I would go
Yeah.
down in
It's
Orem.
just a different ball game, man.
It's just
I
the
don't know.
looks and the.
It's,
I don't know.
People,
It's a nice
people
area.
dress the same there. I feel like
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
when people are from Utah County, and I feel like people look at me like not like a little different, like I'm this big standout or anything, but like I feel like I definitely dress differently. Like I would say like about 10 years ago, I started painting my nails. So like not saying I was ahead of the curve, like shout out to like Jared McCain, kind of making it cooler.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd have painted nails when I first moved down to Orem, and
I got a little Manny last week. So.
Good.
I know
bro,
they got a
good.
little
Treat
shimmer
yourself.
and shine.
treat yourself, man. And I feel like people in Utah County would like, especially like with dating with like girls, like they would just look at me a little different. And I'm like, that's the worst thing in Utah County is the dating.
Dating?
And I
I
can't
can
put my
see
finger
that.
on it. It's just kind of like a lack of respect thing. I think
Okay.
for some reason it kind of, and it goes both ways.
It's a culture thing, like you said.
Yeah,
it's just
bro.
how they were raised. And once again, you're in Utah. We're all aware of like people being Mormon and being family oriented,
Yeah,
and not
100%.
and but it almost comes off as prude. Like you know what I mean?
It
like
is, bro.
it's one of those things where they just think they're better than you, and they don't
do.
want to give you that time or they give you any, you know, like anything
Like
at
if
all.
you're different, kind of
Because
thing.
like you don't fit that mold that
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
in.
With like dating and with business, I respect rejection so much. I respect irrespectful rejection so much. I think it's disrespectful to just ghost people. You know, I've had like verbal agreements with people business wise, and I send them a contract and I never hear from them again. And to me, it's disrespectful, you know?
Sure, it's a waste of time. You're
totally.
wasting my time, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And like with dating, like people will just like bail on stuff like way too like close to it. And it's a respect thing. And I feel like it's way worse in Utah County than Salt Lake County, like way worse.
I think in Salt Lake County, you're bound to see this person again. Like business or relationship, you're like, oh, I know that. I know your friend, and then we're here at
That's
the
what
same
Pete be
place.
saying. Like,
You
say no today. I'm going to see you next week.
Yeah, you can't hide from me, shorty. So you
You're
better just say something and don't be stupid.
just say,
when
"I'm not interested."
Because when I see your ass, I'm flaming you, and then you feel embarrassed, and then it's like, oh, he's a dickhead. No, you should think about the things that you did for me to act the way I'm acting.
venting.
Yeah. No, it's true, bro. And it makes me so mad. Just it's just a lack of respect thing. And like, that's what I mean. Like when I'm a very timely person, because people, to me, like people that are late, it's just like a respect thing. Like,
Yeah.
you don't respect yourself. You don't respect other people. And like, I'm such a timely, like scheduled out person. Like
100%.
hate being late to stuff.
I can see that. So you were born in Sandy, so it was it's funny to say this or ask this question because you grew up in the state. But was it like a culture shock moving from Salt Lake County to Utah County?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it was, dude. It was such a change, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I was like, I thought I kind of had it figured out with who I was as a person and
Right.
with like relationships and friendships and stuff. And then all of a sudden, just like something,
How-
it felt like I had to like relearn it. And and
hear you.
you just have to learn how to like treat people in different places differently. And, it's like when you travel places, like Utah is such a bubble. Like
It really is.
It kind of is, man.
Yeah.
It's
and
so weird.
in a lot of ways, it's a beautiful bubble, but in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, we're so far behind. And that's
Yeah.
why I love Salt Lake County. Is like business wise, we're like 20 years behind LA. Someone was just telling me that a good friend of mine just moved from LA here, and she's like, it's so behind. And I also think just like culturally, we're behind. And I think we're making good strides, and Utah's growing like crazy, and it's becoming more and more diverse, and we're getting a good mix of religions and races and stuff like that. But it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say? Because we always try to kind of find the way to kind of progress everything. Like, what are we missing that you feel like other cities might be having, in a business sense at least?
In a business sense, it's valuing people's time. I think
really?
I think Utah's a little greedy with their time and with people's time. And
yeah.
I think, I ran a marketing agency for about 2 years, and I just kind of realized like people want for the bare minimum money, they want maximum effort. And I just feel like that's a time value issue. And I think we're just really behind on that. Like in LA, they care so much about marketing. There's so many marketing agencies. Like they love it. They love it. And so many places here, like, oh, we're not ready for marketing. Like, it's just not worth our time. But like, they're wrong. Like everyone has to have marketing. Like you got to market yourself. You got to market. If you're a doctor, you have to market your, if you own like a practice,
Yeah.
you got to market that thing, whether it's digital marketing or social media marketing. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like we're behind, man. And I feel like, I felt like kind of ahead of that curve, just trying to explain the value of marketing. Like you got to treat it like almost like a farmer's market. Like how big is your booth? How big is your booth? And like who are the people that are working it? Like what are they like? Are they friendly? And how cool is your booth? How decorated is it? How good is the process? Like, are you paying cash? Are you doing Venmo? Do you have like a nice card scanner? I treat every
Little
business.
detail
I'm like,
now.
what
Yeah.
does your farmer's booth look like?
You actually bring up a good point, because I think all the out-of-state restaurants that come here, like the chains, they do that really well. Like
They kill it.
Shake Shack for one,
Shake Shack
In and
murders
Out,
it.
like
In
they
and Out
really
murders
kind
it.
of build it out where they're like, oh, dude, that's like the spot, and they all kind of look pretty uniform.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Nobody's got a cooler farmer's market booth than In and Out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the prettiest booth. It's the biggest booth, and there's a reason why there's a line every day, every hour.
It's so seamless for them though.
Yeah.
In and Out, like they're top tier when it comes
Customer
to
service
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah,
for
It's
fast food
rarely
at least.
late.
Yeah.
They blow it out of the water, man. Like
Yeah.
when I talk about industry leaders with marketing, like In and Out is a staple. I can't think of a better food restaurant that has better branding and marketing than In and Out.
That's interesting because you made me think about it. Like, because that's a big fear that I have of moving to like anywhere outside of Utah County, or sorry, Salt Lake County, because like, you know, housing is getting more expensive here. So I was like, if I were to afford a home, I feel like I got to look down there or up there or wherever have you. But I'm like, I know for a fact when you go out to places like Orem, even like Ogden, like more north, like that's what people, when you go to those places, like that's what people think Utah people are like.
Yeah.
And the Utah culture is
That's
like.
valid.
Yeah, and then because
Very
in
valid.
Salt Lake, people come here like, oh, they're cool, they're super friendly. People are like kind of tight, you know. There's like these little
Kinda
subcultures, you know. So they kind of find like there's like some charm in the city. But when you go down there, it's so kind of like I don't like to say like plain, but it really
No,
is.
it
There's no
is.
flavor.
There's no flavor in Utah County. Like there's no
Yeah.
and there's like so much new business in Utah County, like especially in Lehigh.
Yeah, Lehigh's actually getting huge. Yeah.
Lehigh's.
It's
I feel
gonna-
like Lehigh. If you wanted to buy a house in Lehigh, you could buy a house in Lehigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lehigh
Yeah.
is Salt Lake County enough.
Yeah, it's just about, honestly,
It's-
Lehigh's,
it's getting
that's
there.
pushing that border though.
Well,
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
build
Pushing it.
when they
You're
build
safe
out
in Lehigh.
Bluffdale, then there'll be
Bluffdale's the same.
more of a reason to do it because the
yeah.
prison's gone, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
now that whole area, what they're planning on doing is pretty much making a Lehigh downtown.
Yeah, they're trying to
Right
make a
in
south
the area,
downtown,
It is.
right?
right?
Yeah.
So it's going to
I
be
can't wait for that.
right at the point in the mountain too. It's going to be perfect for everyone
Yeah,
that's
bro.
been trying to drive Salt Lake.
What-
now has a place down there.
What is that? I don't know the exact law, but isn't there supposed to be like a liquor law? Is it per county? Because you know how Salt Lake only can have a certain amount of
Yes, it's per county in
bars.
Utah.
It's per county.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just
Oh.
yeah.
That's why you can't keep opening new bars
In
because
Salt Lake because there's
they have
or-
a cap of how many bars
And
or how many
clubs.
places have an alcohol license here.
yeah.
Our alcohol
Liquor-
laws
liquor
need to
license.
loosen up, man.
Yeah. Well,
It's not as bad as Idaho.
Yeah.
oh, is that all bad?
Yeah. Well, just like in Rexburg, like I think it might be the church. I don't want to. I think they bought up all the alcohol licenses in
Ah.
Rexburg, so no one can have a bar in Rexburg. Someone did for that
crazy.
reason.
Nobody can.
Well, it's because they own them all. Yeah.
So the
Wild.
so the church is the only one that can own a bar.
I don't want to. I want to fact check that. I know
That's okay,
somebody
yeah,
owns
okay.
all the alcohol licenses. I
Yeah.
think it is. It might be the church, but
But it's the same.
somebody
with
owns
us.
all the alcohol licenses to keep them away.
Yeah.
Still,
Well, it's the
that's a
same thing
crazy
for us because
monopoly.
our state and the church is still not.
Not enough, man.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
it's not
removed
really
enough. That's what I'm
split.
saying. Yeah, it's not really. You know?
It never will be though.
And it probably
Yeah.
Utah won't.
I think it will be.
You think so?
I think one day. We
Damn, how
might
long
not see
ago?
that
Not in our
day.
life.
I was saying, yeah.
Lifetime.
I don't
I
think in
feel
our
like
lifetime.
there'll be a balance at least of church
I think
and
we're
state.
moving there because
If-
like Salt Lake.
Once
County
money
does a good
starts
job.
flowing and they start realizing how much money they're missing out on, because that's what eventually the church is gonna be like, we can make a lot more money off this because they own a lot of the stuff that we're trying to push for.
Yeah, but they'll never.
Just give us the devil's lettuce, man.
That's all I want. that will happen. That will happen.
Yeah,
That'll happen.
I heard. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just barely talked about it. Like,
That'll
I heard
happen.
that's like soon.
But it's I don't know. It's just like the little things. They monopolized everything here. You know.
They
what I
do.
mean?
They
Yeah.
own it.
Yeah, they own half
own
the
it.
more than half the shit here.
They are business moguls, man.
Yeah, they
Got
are,
it.
for sure.
They're getting what they want. I would just wish there's a little more perspective and like just
Yeah.
because you want it does not mean it's for the better of the people.
Yeah. Well, then and then nepotism comes into play because they're the
Big
church.
time.
And then, yeah, dude, it's just a lot. And I'm like, oh,
It's very true. I mean, I don't know. I think I almost lost my train of thought here, but it's like I feel like they know that the people are gonna want it so bad they don't want to kind of lose. I guess the almost like the faith that they have because it's like
Yeah.
alcohol and different things and all these other elements are gonna kind of pollute the kind of core values that they have and they don't want to kind of cross that boundary.
Yeah.
So they want to have some type of control, especially like when you talk about a place like Idaho. It's like if I was in Idaho, I'd be getting drunk all the time because there's nothing
What is
to
there to do
do.
in Idaho?
There's
Yeah.
nothing to do. So it's like, why wouldn't they want some type of control? It's like people are gonna go crazy. And we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose some.
Well,
type
it's
of
just like
control.
that one city that
Yeah.
that
Like
you
Boise?
can't- Boise is a
cool.
college city,
Yeah,
so
I would go to
they
Boise.
get
I would go to Boise.
they get crazy there.
Cool.
Yeah, I go to Boise.
I got family in Boise.
But it's like the
Boise's
same thing in
cool.
Wyoming. Like, what do you do in Wyoming? I guess
Shoot
Jackson Hole?
fireworks?
Jackson Hole.
Right? Fireworks.
Shoot fireworks.
No, actually, Wyoming is like one of the most It's the most
Underrated?
underrated state.
I probably-
Beautifully, like
Really?
Yellowstone.
It looks
Yellowstone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yellowstone.
I love
Yeah, yeah.
Yellowstone. I
What's-
want to have my
what's
30th
Jackson
at Yellowstone.
What's better than Yellowstone in North America? I say nothing.
Really?
I feel like people would
Yellowstone
either
blows me
say
away.
like
Like naturally
Yosemite or Big Bear and stuff like that.
Yeah, Yosemite.
might
Or
challenge it.
Lake
but
Tahoe.
Yeah, those are all
Tahoe's-
great.
I feel like
still
the
think Yellowstone-
grandness of it, probably not Lake Tahoe, but Lake Tahoe is popular.
Yeah.
go to.
Grand Canyon. Those
Yeah.
Only if they
Sure.
open it up so we can
Arches, yeah.
find stuff
Arches
there.
is amazing. Yeah, for real.
Conspiracy corner.
Conspiracies. That's where all
But yeah, I've
everything-
never been to Yellowstone though, so I would not know.
It'll change you.
Yeah.
I would
It's
know.
so fun.
Jackson Hole, Yellowstone. I've never been.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well,
Is that our next off the menu trip?
Do my 30th
on the
birthday.
way down, we can go to the Stanley Hotel and then
Oh,
come back
shit.
up around.
Yeah.
We should go. My
Stanley
my
Hotel.
birthday
Is
next
that,
year. Let's
The
go.
Shining. You ever seen The
Shining,
Shining?
yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to go
actually
there.
the sequel to The Shining is
The
like my
Dr.
second
Sleep?
favorite movie.
Yeah,
ever.
Dr.
Sleep?
Sleep.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
underrated.
That's a sequel? I didn't know it was
Yeah,
a sequel.
I know
it
it's
was.
crazy. I love that movie so much, but everyone hated on it.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, and
I
I
thought it
It's
was
my
fine.
second favorite movie
I-
ever, bro.
that
I
was
don't know
nice.
anyone else
Such a
that like
great
Oh, he's a
movie.
movie
I
head,
do.
by the way, as well.
I'm a
He-
huge.
I'd
We'll
be
get
watching
to that later.
I'd be watching his reviews.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
yeah, I
I'd
put
be reading his
reviews.
You do
reviews. Yeah.
reviews?
Yeah, he-
Oh,
I
hell
do
yeah.
movie reviews.
And
Like
I don't even
crazy.
shut up like, okay, I'll watch the movie and see what you know.
Yeah, people
I
say
value
that,
your
bro.
opinion on
And
movies.
that's like the biggest thrill of my social media is posting movie reviews and like I'm gonna go see this now and I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you. But Doctor Sleep is my number 2.
Really?
It's
All
about
time?
You're gonna make
all
me have to
time.
watch
Okay,
it
hold
again.
on. Top 3 then, since we already got your 2.
Okay, so my number 1, I saw it opening night, so Thursday night, and that night I like screamed to the world. I'm like, this is the best horror movie ever. Hereditary.
Yes.
My number 1.
Yeah, baby.
He hated it.
Oh,
first
no
time?
way.
Yeah.
The first
hated
time
it.
he didn't like it.
I don't think
He
the world
likes
was
it
ready
now,
for
but
it.
he
He likes
hated
it,
it the
yeah,
first
the
time.
first
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Explain.
A24 did different
They blew
different
up.
take though, for
Yeah.
horror,
Pioneers.
because horror to me is paranormal, like crazy shit. It wasn't like all this spiritual shit that that was going on, right? And it's, you kind of had to pick up on the nuances that were going on throughout the
You
movie.
dude, you got to pay
Yeah.
attention.
You cannot
for sure.
gotta
just watch
rewatch
it.
it.
Yeah.
You can't just watch it once and be like,
Oh, I know what happened.
this movie sucks.
You pick up stuff every time you
single
watch the
time,
movie.
right? And so
Yeah.
we have him here, and he's explaining things. But
Yeah.
the beauty of the movie came from when we had a bachelor's
Yeah.
trip, right? And then I was like sitting there, I was really glued to the movie, and I was like tripping out.
Who's
I was
best?
like,
His?
me? No,
No.
just a bachelor trip in general.
Oh, okay.
So we're sitting there, we had party favors. I'm watching it. He brings up the idea to watch it, and I said, "Yes, let's watch it," because I've seen scary movies before, right? And then
I got scared.
he got scared, but
It
this
is so. I was terrified. Man.
that
I get scared.
You know, the
easy.
beginning scene, right? Is going into the house and it's just playing the
It's the
music,
dollhouse,
right?
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The dollhouse into the house, the
Amazing
transition, right?
cinematography.
So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, and like I said, we're kind of not sober, but we're just watching it, and
But we just get stuck on that.
we turn off all the
Oh my
lights, and we're
goodness.
just sitting there. I'm like, man, this is so beautiful right now, and,
And there's
he's over here
nobody
like,
here.
I can't do this today.
No, it was fine. But then once it started,
Started when
After
we
it-
got to the house.
yeah, once the opening scene ended, and then dad comes in, bothers son,
Mm-hmm.
and then they leave the house. There's a sound. There's music.
The sound,
It sounded like bones
the
rattling.
Soundtrack.
Yeah,
is oh my
that
gosh.
shit.
the sound
And I
design
literally
is
told him, I said,
amazing.
"This is evil. This is scary. I don't know if I can do this."
It
Word
definitely
for word.
reaches
It was
those
word for word.
places.
It was filmed here in Utah. Did you guys
Yeah,
know
Park
that?
City.
Yeah. Park City.
Yeah.
My family's house is like a minute away from that cemetery.
Wow.
Really?
During the pandemic, when I lost my job, because everyone did during the pandemic, I took a Hereditary road trip.
Oh,
And
you
I
did a
went
little-
to every place. I
Oh,
snuck
no.
into the gated community that the house is in. I gave him some excuse. I'm trying to remember what I said. I said I was gonna go.
I
looked
left
up
my
people around.
my bag here shooting the movie.
Yeah.
He's like, that was years ago.
I did a photo shoot for a pretty popular metal band right at that road where I'll spoil a little bit. Someone gets decapitated.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't
I did a
seen it, it's
photo
your
shoot
fault.
right on that road.
Wow.
Sick.
That's my favorite movie ever. I think it's the best horror movie
Love
ever
that.
made.
Wow.
I think originally, like when it came out, I was just telling everyone like, you gotta go see this. But I feel like now, like the movie community kind of acknowledges it as the best horror movie
Yeah,
ever.
because I think when I first watched it, it was like any movie that makes you kind of question is like, what does that mean in like a good way where you're kind
Yeah.
of really curious. I think it makes it's a recipe for you to want to kind of understand it more, and I
Mm-hmm.
really like that. But I was telling these guys too, it's like it was way different from any other script like horror movie I've ever seen
So
before.
different.
It was
Pioneer.
like Pioneer just changed my whole
Yeah.
thought of what like horror
Changed
can
the
be.
game.
Yeah,
Changed the game.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily like scary, but it was eerie.
It was
It
eerie.
made you
Almost
feel-
no jump scares.
it just
like
made you
one jump
feel-
scare.
Maybe a couple like
the only
oh,
part that was
shoot.
actually oh shit was mom on the ceiling. That's the only time I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
I thought the part where
Yeah.
he smacks his face on the desk, I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that was crazy.
And obviously,
They
like,
love that in
decapitation was
A24 though.
Yeah, they do.
they love
Yeah, they love
smacking their
self abuse, bro. Yeah, they love just
They
fucking.
love it, bro. I mean, I feel like they've kind of fallen off a little bit, but they have come out with a few bangers recently, like Heretic.
Yeah,
I just
see,
watched.
I
I gave a
haven't
review.
I
of
haven't
that.
watched it yet.
I need to watch it.
The first 30 minutes, terrible. I was like,
Really?
this is so bad. I'm almost ready to walk out. And then
Wow.
the last hour, 15, whatever, it was amazing and horrifying.
Really?
And that movie is so inspired by Hereditary. I mean, you could see it in so many movies that they're inspired by Hereditary.
Yeah.
You know,
Creepy feeling. Yeah.
creepy feeling, kind of almost like a peaceful, like Midsummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaceful movie, but it's horrifying.
There's so
Yeah.
much lore behind it where it's like your job to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was just like, I was watching it by myself because I loved it so much. I thought it'd be a comfort movie, and it is like it didn't scare my pants off. But when you watch it alone, there's such a sense of
Pick up on
uneasiness
things, man, yeah.
where I was like, I'm not alone. I'm gonna change it now.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
What's your third?
So I feel like if I left out The Thing, if I didn't shout out The Thing,
Oh,
the
okay.
1980s one, it'd be great. But no, my third is this crazy ass movie. It's called Sorry to Bother You.
With Lakeith Stanfield?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
And
like-
Stephen Yeun, who plays Glenn, and Armie Hammer. And it is the most like abstract, most like genius, creative way of thinking
It's
movie.
funny.
Is this
it's
the?
creative.
Is
It's
it the?
funny.
Is that the call center one?
Yes,
Yeah.
the call center one.
And it ends up being horses at the end or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
just
it's horse
so
dick,
weird.
man.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just so
Terry
weird.
Crews is in that.
Such a slept-on movie.
It is
honestly.
such
No, it's
like
good.
Yeah.
I watched that
It's
movie.
confusing, but it's good.
I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it with my aunt the first time, and I was like, "What in the hell did we just watch? That was terrible." And then I thought about it for like years after. I'm like, if I'm still thinking about this, I got to watch it again. And I watched it, and I fell in love with it. It's an amazing movie. It's like I feel like this is kind of a joke line to say, but it says a lot about society. It really does about
It was weirdly
what people are
relatable, yeah.
willing to do in the workforce and willing to do to pay their bills, and they're willing to sell their souls. And in this movie, they literally become horses to make money.
It's great. I didn't even think about
It reminded me of like a really like unhinged like
was
Wolf of Wall
unhinged.
like Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing.
Yeah, it is,
And I
dude.
was
I've never
like,
thought of
this
that.
is so great, and it's really relatable too because it's just a guy on his ass, but then he kind of works his way up, but then it gets really weird.
And he had so much, and he didn't realize how much he had.
Mm-hmm.
He had an amazing girlfriend that loved him to death, and then he got filthy rich, and he lost her, and
Yeah.
and he lost who he was, and ends up turning into a horse. Which
And
is kinda crazy.
anything with Lakeith Stanfield,
He's
I
my
will
favorite
watch.
actor. He's my number one actor,
Yeah,
bro.
he's like
Wow.
in the new
Yeah.
generation of actors right now. He's like, yeah,
He's
He plays
amazing.
multiple roles though. That's the thing.
he's very
He
versatile.
plays. He can play the funny guy. He
just-
can play a serious guy. He can play the.
You know, I
The
didn't
action guy,
realize
yeah.
when I became a fan of him, I didn't realize that he was in Get Out.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Logan King and Get Out. In the
and,
very
I was
first
like, and then
scene.
I watched
Yeah.
Get Out one time. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah.
I've seen
Lakeith's
this
the
movie.
man,
I was like,
dude.
dude, this is so crazy. Yeah.
I care so much about casting. It's the first thing I talk about when I hear about a movie coming out or when I
hard not
watch
to.
a movie. I'm like, was the casting good? And like, I don't like people that are too pretty. I feel like it kind of takes you out of it. And I like people that like you believe their role. Like
Oh,
yeah.
that's why I don't like
Yeah.
people. Like I hate Glenn Powell. I hate like I do like Ryan Reynolds, but like I feel like it just takes you out of it. But like Lakeith Stanfield's characters, you believe it. Like in like Hereditary, like the casting that was amazing. Like
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the mom's act. Her
I
name.
only know her face. I don't
Yeah.
know her name.
I don't know her name. Yeah, the
It's
mom.
like something Colette. And
She owned that role too.
she owned it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you totally and you don't think of for a second like, and like you can't have too much affiliation, which like for someone like Bryan Cranston, like it kind of sucks because he's forever Walter White.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to cast him in new stuff, unless it's not being serious. But I don't know if you can cast him in a serious role again because he has so much Walter White in him. And same with Aaron Paul and like Jesse Pinkman. Like he was in that Need for Speed movie and it flopped.
That was a
because
rough one. Yeah.
That was rough.
I mean, I've known him just from being Malcolm in the Middle. His
Hal.
dad.
Yeah.
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 That's how I knew him because I
crazy-
didn't watch Breaking Bad. I couldn't get into
Really?
it.
Really?
That's
Well,
the only reason
that
I
was,
watched it because Malcolm in the Middle.
Bro, you
Well, here's the thing, and that
You're
era,
missing out.
that I know, but that era of TV, I wasn't super into TV shows.
I wasn't either. I watched
Yeah.
it late. I watched Breaking Bad for the first time in 2021. And
Oh, okay.
you make a museum of the best things humans have ever made. like the wheel and sliced bread
Really?
and chemotherapy. You put Breaking Bad in that museum. That's like one of the only pieces of cinema.
Sliced bread and chemotherapy in the same sentence.
Beautiful, beautiful human creation.
Oh my god.
No, okay.
Breaking Bad is like my one piece, and Hereditary. I'm like, or some of my like very few pieces of cinema I would put in that museum.
Breaking Bad is pretty untouchable.
It's untouchable.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I gotta watch it.
Just give it one more
6
go.
seasons, right?
5.
Yeah, it's
5? Yeah.
And the fifth
That's
season's
not
the best
terrible.
season. Fifth season's the best season.
and it's the first 3 seasons is kind of a great build up for it, but that fourth and fifth season,
the fifth
oh my
season
god,
is
it just
bonkers.
chaotic as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
They nailed the ending of
They
it all.
Yeah.
they do a great job.
Yeah, like the
Okay.
last 4 episodes are all my top 10 episodes ever of any TV show.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Damn.
yeah, bro, Breaking Bad deserves all the merit. it
Okay,
gets.
because
That was
I
like a 2000 what, 6, 7?
13, I think.
Was it
it was in
13?
the 2010s. For
Oh, was it
sure.
'Cause I
2010s?
remember
Okay.
I torrented all the episodes because I missed them.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah.
pirating
2010
it.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was a little bit sooner. Okay.
Yeah, because I can't like it's not that I can't go back and watch those shows because I went back and watched Game of Thrones because I felt like I missed out on
I
that.
just tried that. I
you know?
couldn't get into it.
I can't watch that shit either.
I like fantasy, so I was like, I'm down
fantasy.
to like just.
I love
down in
fantasy
there.
too.
And the cinematography so bad and so dated.
It is pretty dated when you watch it now.
It looks like
Okay.
a reality show.
But then
Wow.
it was like
The cinematography. I don't know what cameras they were using, but
the writing. I just wanted to get like I just wanted to understand that because it's like you.
Well, the books are great apparently.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
books I've heard are amazing. Yeah.
So
So I wanted to get in the books, but the books take so much time too.
For sure.
So I was like, the show is way better in an entryway.
wait, hold on. Do you think you can finish the books before you can finish the series, or vice versa?
Well, I finished the series,
okay,
and
but I'm
that
saying
took
though,
me.
yeah.
Heard the last 2 seasons are horrible.
They really lose it a little bit.
It breaks my heart when
yeah.
TV shows lose it.
Yeah, and there's like this whole thing of why it went that way. Like George R.R. Martin didn't write the last 2 seasons, so so HBO kind of had to just like go with what they felt like was right.
That's what's rough.
The bummer,
And,
man.
yeah,
You can't
so-
lose. If I were to ever like make a TV show, I would lock the head writer in.
like, bro,
that's
you're
the
not
issue
leaving until
with-
this is over.
That's, yeah, like you're locked in, bro. You're ours.
I don't know if somebody in like the head writer or anything like lived and breathed the franchise, because like a good like thing is like, or a good comparison is like Star Wars 2, where they don't like, of course they have like somebody that loves Star Wars, but they don't have the guy who created Star Wars kind of lead them in the right direction.
And yeah, it's the pass off, and you can't pass it off. Like
It's so
like,
hard. It's almost impossible.
Honestly, like one of the best starts to a TV series ever is The Walking Dead. But they were like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we have such a brand, and people are gonna watch it no matter what. We're just gonna fire our writers and hire cheaper ones, and they ruined an amazing
I heard.
show.
I heard they ruined the shit out of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
ruined it.
Oh, you
I
watched
watched
it?
it religiously.
Yeah.
My whole
Same,
family,
bro.
we watched it all together. That was the one show we actually like sat at home, watched it on Sunday together.
Oh my gosh.
And we would
The hype around season 2, 3, and 4.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
But then it started falling off, and I
Season
started
6.
I started like
you could
feeling
feel it.
detached.
Yeah.
How
from
long is it again?
Forever.
11 seasons.
And so it
11
falls off at
seasons.
6 seasons.
the last 3 seasons, I give an F grade to.
I heard when Glenn
Yeah.
died.
You finished it all,
everybody
Tay?
kind of,
No,
That's
no.
the best. That's
Okay.
one of my best TV episodes ever. That's my top 10.
Couldn't
It'll
finish
come
it
when you
because
won't
I
be.
just couldn't. I
It
felt
got bad.
detached.
It got that bad.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I'm still. But here's
rough.
I'm gonna say this to everyone.
Damn.
Go watch The Ones Who Live. It's the sequel to it, and it's what happens to Rick. It is saving grace for The Walking Dead. Go watch it. It is so damn good.
Huh.
It is so. It
Man,
just
it's
barely came out.
long
It is
shows.
saving grace. It's
Is
like
Supernatural not in here for you?
I've never.
You never watched
seen it.
Supernatural?
No, I need to.
All right. I just
It's
had
on
to
my
throw that in.
list. I'm watching
I just had
Ozark right now.
to- Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, I watched
Ozark's
the
good.
first 2 seasons.
It's kind of like a
Ozark.
diet Breaking Bad. in a
Is it?
sense.
Kind of. It's
Okay.
like money laundering and cleaning
Well, I watched
dirty
the
money
first.
and
Yeah,
shit.
at first
Yeah.
I only watched it because I like what's his face.
Jason
Bateman?
Jason Bateman.
I
yeah.
love him.
Jason Bateman's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
the
he's
kind of
great.
guy where you feel like he's the same dude in every show, but it's like,
But it's
does it
good.
so
It's entertaining.
well.
I can't get.
Well, he's
enough
like
of it.
it's like
Yeah.
one of those guys like Simeon said, like he's a regular guy you'd see on the street.
Yeah.
That's just playing a role. You know what I mean?
And he's so charming.
he's pretty.
If you
yeah.
listen to his
He's a
podcast,
killer, bro.
Yeah.
oh, he's so charming.
He
on
is
He's a
pretty-
killer,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
I love him. I love Arrested Development, man.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
I got
and he
that
plays the
way
same
late.
character. They're the same. I know, me
Same
too. I just
guy.
watched that like a year ago for the first time. I'm late to it, man. I used to not watch a lot of TV, and I used to not be such a movie head, and then took like a movie class senior year, kind of just for funsies,
yeah.
and just changed.
That
just
actually
changed me,
is,
man.
yeah, very similar to mine too. I had a language arts teacher. He was retiring from teaching high school, so I got to be with him on his last year. We just watched movies every day, but he would kind of make it impactful. So it was like a crash course on
Good
like,
movies, bro. Yeah,
good
like
movies, yeah.
the right movie. Like I hate all this like sequel, reboot BS. Like
Yes.
go watch the original stuff. Go
Yeah.
like you don't just watch American movies either. Like honestly, Squid Game, do not watch that dubbed. Watch it in its natural.
You
language.
have
That's
to,
what I tell
yeah.
Don't watch
Yeah.
anything dubbed.
Yeah, don't watch
Yeah,
anything
never. Hell
dubbed.
no.
Yeah, just
Hell
watch
no.
it
Except
sub.
for-
Because
you
you
lose
lose
Studio
the-
Ghibli.
you lose
Studio
the
Ghibli.
emotion.
Most
Studio Ghibli's, yeah.
You can watch that dubbed.
Hey, well, that's
And
because
Bleach
it's
season
animation.
1 and 2.
animated.
When you
Because
do
the thing is, Studio
animation-
Ghibli, they cast great voice
Yeah.
actors.
Great.
Yeah, they cast
So
great voice
good.
actors for it.
Yeah.
But like the majority of the time, you should watch things subbed because you're losing a lot of the emotion and the
Yeah,
feeling
you are.
in those characters.
The only thing
Yeah.
that is like okay is like Dragon Ball, in my opinion. And then
Okay, yeah.
some people
The voice
argue
actors for Dragon Ball
Are better,
are
yeah.
top tier as
Well, it's
far as
because it's
anime.
nostal- it's
because it's the
nostalgic
first
for
of
us,
it,
yeah.
you know?
is nostalgic.
Yeah,
And I feel like they do a good job with the emotion and
Yeah,
everything.
for
and
sure,
then,
for sure, for
and then
They
what's it-
pioneered it though. That's
And
why,
Naruto's
yeah.
not bad dubbed either.
It is bad. That's
People
horrible.
say they don't like it, but
I
I,
hate
like
Naruto's
it.
voice.
Did you press that red button and press it one more time? Oh, bad. Oh, you're good. No, I got enough of it. It's all good.
Damn.
No, it's all good. I
Yeah.
just want to get a little bit. That's
Or
it.
don't watch anything with sound on at all.
You're stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. A great movie that kind of changed the way it changed me was Life is Beautiful. It's an Italian movie.
Amazing.
Oh,
Okay,
I love
good.
that film.
that's
Yeah,
been
you're a
on
real
my
one
list.
if you
I
know
love that
film,
film.
bro. You're a real one if you
I
know that
cr-
film.
Why
tear
did
up,
I
bro.
watch that movie? I watched it in class, bro.
I did too.
What teacher made me watch that film?
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't remember if
trying
it
to
was my language arts teacher
It was my language arts teacher. Yeah.
or my humanities teacher.
Oh my gosh, that movie will change you.
It's Moose.
It's on my list.
You have to
It's
watch
one
it.
of those
This
where
is
I'm
something.
like, I
This
gotta
is
wait
something
the right
that
time.
you would truly like immerse in and enjoy and then
oh
cry.
my gosh, bro. It's
Swear to
it's-
you.
It's I love serious stuff too, and it's not really a serious movie until something happens. I'm not gonna give it up.
But dude.
and then it's serious, but then it's not serious, and it is just oh my gosh, it is so beautiful.
life
I
is.
will watch it.
It's,
I will-
it's
like, you
literally.
guys-
It's literally the title. Like life is beautiful.
You
and
guys
it
will.
allows
You guys
to
have sold
appreciate-
me already. I'm gonna watch it.
Allows
It's
you
in
to-
my top 10.
It allows you to
movies.
appreciate life, even though when the craziest things are happening and you could be dead the next day. Literally, you got to enjoy life.
Damn.
Straight up.
Oh, okay. I'll watch it.
It's so good.
I'll watch it.
The dad is amazing. I love him, bro.
Yeah, it's about an Italian. And
Yeah, I
Nazi
just know
family.
this that's like a film guy's like movie. So I'm
Yeah,
like that's
this
why
is
it's
so
always been on
good.
the list. But it's like timing
For a
everything.
reason.
Yeah. What do you need,
Yeah,
Sifu?
for a reason.
Technical difficulties. Okay.
No, you're fine.
But
Damn, we went on
Go-
a tangent.
no, go
you're-
pee.
No, you're
You got
good.
it.
You're good. You're good. I have to hand my keys.
oh, you're good. I wanted to kind of bring it back to just like you as a videographer too.
Yeah.
Because we went through kind of like the jobs and like the education that you had that was impactful. But like right now, you're doing more just kind of work for different businesses as well
Yep.
as the startup beauty business.
Yeah, so I work in house for a few companies. So I work for Alon Pure, like that's my number one job. That's like my baby, and it's honestly my baby because the owner takes care of me really well, and she's a visionary, and I just learned so much. And we're both social media heads with different backgrounds,
Yeah.
and we are just such a good duo. And then I was the content director for a menswear company for
Yeah.
about 15 months, and I'm actually ending that next week, which is crazy. I just kind of wanted to move on and try something new, and I'm working for a solar company and working for a pre-workout company.
Wow.
I also kind of started my own clothing line. In a sense, it's very different. I was texting you about
Yeah,
it.
he was.
It's hand painted stuff.
Yeah, I saw the New York jacket.
You saw it? Did
yeah,
you like
the denim
it?
jacket. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
'Cause
got the New
I've
York
seen
on
it
the front.
before somewhere on a
Gucci
post.
made it.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Oh, really?
It's a Gucci inspired jacket. So
Okay.
Gucci made something similar to it, and I was
Okay.
like, I've got to just like, we've got to just paint it.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. And I'm going back to Breaking Bad when Jesse was showing Jane these superheroes that he created, and he drew them, and just kind of cute things, and they get in a fight, and she draws a superhero back, and it's her name's Apology Girl, and she slips it under his door because they're neighbors. I have that painted on a jacket.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Oh, I haven't posted it yet.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like,
So it's kind of I've kind of been waiting to get some good content from that. I just got to dive into it. But it's I want to pay homage to good pop culture. the right pop culture. You know,
100%.
not the lame money grabbing stuff, but like the authentic stuff.
I think it speaks to you.
Yeah, good things, and you know, it's not like we're ripping people off or anything. We're just paying homage. You know, like we did some tweaks to that Gucci inspired jacket, and it's super cool. We're gonna do like a Dodgers World Series, and every time like a major sports team wins, like the championship, we're gonna like make one, and we've just been selling them on Etsy right now. We're just kind of getting a website going.
Nice.
And just stuff from like movies, and like we made a cool Utah Jazz one, and you know, just like I don't know where it's gonna go.
And you said you're just one part of it, right? Like, is there,
I am just a part of it.
Yeah. Like, how many people are on your team?
There's 3 of us, but my main one is Kate Hatch. Like, shout out, she's an amazing artist. She's amazing to work with.
Nice.
She's one of the coolest people I've ever met. I really hope I'm trying to convince her to pursue art full time, and kind of because she's such a visionary and she's so cool. And so, you know, the biggest thing, and I think this is where I really separate myself, is creatives have a really hard time with the business side and with following deadlines. And I think I'm great at that, and she's great at that, and we make such a good duo. But I mean, she's the head honcho of it. I'm just the marketer. Like, she's the heart and the soul and the backbone of it. Like I wouldn't be able to do it without her. I'm kind of funding it and picking up jackets and coming up with concepts, and but she's doing it. Like, it's totally her thing.
Sweet. We gotta have her on too.
Yeah, she's dope. She's yeah, so just like, and I kind of tried doing that like a couple years ago and just didn't have the right people, but bumped into the right person, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I think just at the end of the day, it's a brand builder. Like, oh, you own kind of a cool hand painted jacket company, you know, and I love hand painted jackets. I'm crazy. Like, if they don't sell, I'm keeping them, and I'm wearing the hell. I have the Apology Girl one in my car. I wore it yesterday. I'm wearing the hell out of them. So,
no, that's sick. Because how long ago did you start that?
I started it maybe 3 months ago.
Okay, yeah, brand new.
Yeah, so really new. Haven't posted a lot about it, but like I'm just working on all the content right now and the whole marketing strategy.
Nice.
We got it all listed on like Etsy, and we're making a website and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's just gonna go where we want it to go, and I think eventually we'll just kind of make our own, like, when we come up with the right design, we'll print it on shirts and hoodies and stuff. But it's got to be the right design. I hate these clothing brands with a logo and they just print it on stock shirts, and that's the end of it. And I'm just like, it's just not like a great expression. You know, it's just like you came up with like a clever caption, clever 2 words that you put together, and it just doesn't speak to me, you know. And I feel like I'm a huge clothing guy. Like, you know, I was in a funk for like a year, and I was like, how do I get out of this? I got to find a new hobby, and my hobby was like thrifting and reselling. So I literally came straight from the bins to here. I'm a bins fiend, bro. Oof. I love it. I got my gloves. I'm digging in and finding crazy stuff, and you know, it's about $1.30 per item, and I'll go and sell it on eBay for like $150, and it's a blast, bro. If you guys ever want to go to the bins, I'll teach you the ways, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, every time that I went to the bins though, I'm always with like somebody that's not down to get like elbow deep.
Ooh, you got to get dirty.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to make you do that because I get
gloves.
it. I totally get it.
Nah, bro, you got to get over.
Are those bitches not washed?
No, it's unwashed, unsifted clothes.
Yeah, that's why.
You got the gloves, and you got to get over when stuff is super dirty, because when you wash it, oh my gosh, I found some of the coolest stuff.
Does it smell bad? I feel like that's what it says.
It actually doesn't smell as bad as it doesn't smell too bad.
I've been to bins before, but like it's not like I haven't been like
it's like 6 minutes over there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I was close. Yeah, that's why I was like, I was ready to be on time in that damn.
Yeah, when I go, I'm like, I gotta be by myself so I can really like
focus in. Yeah.
No, I go with friends, and I tell them I pay for their stuff if they find me stuff to sell.
Yeah.
So they find me something to sell, I pay for. I mean, it's so cheap. So
they're $1.30. Yeah,
$1.30 per item.
It's like I got you.
Like I found like this coat, and I was like, what's this Houdini brand? I'm like, I've never heard this brand Houdini ever, and I looked it up online, and it was like an $800 coat.
That's so crazy.
And I got it. I'm like, why do people throw this away? That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Some people just forget that they have it too.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, some people just clean out their closets and just forget over time.
Houses get foreclosed.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know.
Yep. Estate sales.
Yeah. One of the
shit's-
most fun hobbies I have ever, and I recommend it to everyone, have an ever revolving closet. Sell stuff that you don't wear anymore. Sell it on Facebook. Sell it at Indie Clover.
I'm
Pre-Love.
trying, man.
What do you mean you try? Like you just
trying.
can't let go of stuff, or you can't sell
Well,
it?
he's
it's-
trying to sell.
I'm trying to sell, and it's just I don't know. I just
Sell
don't
on
know.
Facebook and eBay. eBay's huge.
I know. I'm not the shipping shit.
Yeah, that's like
The
the thing.
tedious.
You got to
yeah.
sell it at the right price and word it right.
Yeah.
I'll totally teach you how to do that. 'cause
I
I'm
have
crazy
all
about
my
it.
Can I just give you the clothes I want to sell, and then
Yeah.
I'll give you a percentage of it?
Yeah, bro. I
Say no-
totally do that.
say no fucking more,
I was
bro.
gonna, yeah,
Honestly.
especially with your stuff, bro. I would, yeah, bro. That stuff would sell
Done
so
deal.
good. You have a top 3 closet, A+ closet, bro.
Hey.
Look at you,
I take
man.
pride in that.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
You do, bro.
take pride in
Easy. Everything you wear. Oh my goodness, bro. You're an inspo. So.
He's a whole mood board,
Appreciate
dude.
you, brother.
Yeah, you are a move. You're a
I got different flavors for sure. I got different
bro.
flavors.
You do,
gassing
bro.
him up.
Everything you rock, man, it's cool. So like I think the people with the best style kind of like don't just buy the newest designer brand. I think it's people that thrift, man. Like I'm crazy about it. Like I mean, even like Pibbs Exchange, it's still thrifting. It's
Pibbs is not bad,
thrifted.
yeah.
Pibbs is dope. I got this jacket at Pibbs. It's
No,
one
the
of my
jacket's
favorite
tough.
jackets.
Yeah, that jacket's tough.
I got, I love getting rings at like Savers. Savers is a great ring.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard so
I
many
haven't
good things
checked.
about
Yeah,
Savers,
I
but
didn't-
every time I go, nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I just
Dude,
go on a bad
you have to go in
kids.
the morning.
A lot of kids,
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say kids, bro. Thrifting
Hey.
has been such a thing since like 2017, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah,
especially in
popped
Utah.
off
yeah, in
here.
Utah.
Popped
Okay.
off.
Like you have to just go early.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
one way to
Okay.
find vintage Nike shoes, vintage Adidas shoes, go to the frickin' DI as soon as it opens.
Really?
Go to the
DI.
I have found the most bonker shoes at the DI right when it opens for $6.
Interesting.
I found
That's
like
crazy.
vintage Air Maxes that I'll sell for like $100 on eBay, or I'll just keep some shit because I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I give stuff to my friends. Like I have all my friends' sizes locked down just because I love doing it. Like I'll come home with a full cart and I'll just, like it's go to the freaking DI at like 9 a.m. and
Man.
it's just loaded with Nike. And you wouldn't even believe the stuff that people throw away.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
it's a game changer.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about Utah. Our
haven't
thrifting culture is pretty nice.
It's pretty
It's
good.
sick,
bro.
It is pretty good in Utah,
Yeah.
honestly, because there's a lot of. I don't want to see this in an offensive way, but there's just a lot of old white people that have really nice things.
100%.
Yeah, and they get rid of it.
Yeah,
bro.
they get rid of it. Yeah.
The Savers and Draper.
Yeah.
That's super rich place. Oh my gosh, that Savers
Yep.
is out of this world.
Yeah. Polo, Tommy, they
was-
just got the nice shit,
I
bro.
was telling
So-
you about the other side thrift, and I really like
Other
that
Side, yeah.
spot. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they do everything like furniture, but then they have a bunch of cool clothes too. Like they're a solid spot.
I haven't shopped for clothes
What are your
in so
What are your
long.
top three? My top three got to be
It's hard to
Pibbs
say.
Exchange. Shout out Rewind Vintage, the best jackets in the whole world. If you need jackets, go to freaking Rewind
Never been,
Vintage.
Ooh,
And number three, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the freaking DI.
the DI in
DI is wonderful.
Redwood, West Jordan is pretty nice.
Yeah, on Redwood
Yeah,
on
yeah.
78th. I love that DI.
And
I've got
actually-
so many
Great.
things there.
Yeah.
Savers is actually better than the DI, but it's more expensive.
Oh, is it?
It's a little
Yeah.
more marked up.
The
yeah.
DI is like there to like help people get jobs.
Exactly.
And they're there to give jobs. And
Yeah.
it's not really to make as much profit, but Savers is, it's a business.
Yeah.
They, but if you return stuff, if you donate stuff to them, you get a 20% off coupon. So
To
I don't
Savers?
return like a full bag of stuff. Every time I go, I return one item. I donate
they
one
give-
item.
and they give you
I get
20%
a
off?
coupon. Yeah, bro.
Really?
really?
They give you
That's a
coupon every
hack,
time.
bro. Oh shit.
I'm
Now
gonna
you-
spend money.
Yeah.
See, my whole
I haven't gone shopping in so long for myself. Honestly, I've been buying like t-shirts
revolve your
online.
closet, bro.
But,
like
yeah.
things you don't wear anymore, sell them.
Well, we're gonna talk.
Okay, well, calm down, bro. I'm crazy about it, man. My dad's like a big Carhartt person, and he'll be pissed when he hears this, but he has so much Carhartt just chilling in our basement. I take that shit and resell it. He's not using it. I'll tell him and I'll make it up to him one day with new stuff. Because he's on my list of people I shop for. So when I see stuff,
okay, yeah.
and
That's crazy.
he's an OG, bro. Like I'll get him some
That's so
Jordans.
sweet.
Like Jordans go
You're
to
a
him.
sweet son.
Jordan goes to him. It's give or take. I don't know how great I feel about it. But,
That's good.
but
Especially
nah,
now,
bro.
like vintage Carhartt is worth 3 times
So
the amount
much,
because
bro.
their new Carhartt is really shitty.
Is it really?
You know, the quality
shitty,
of
but it's not the same. The
The
vintage
quality of
stuff is
workwear that they
bonkers.
actually did, like this one
Oh.
guy, he actually works construction. He's like, this stuff, their whole kind of model changed. They're making
When
more
it
like
got
lifestyle
popular,
wear.
that's why.
Yeah, so like
Profit, man.
Yeah.
People get greedy.
it happens. The fast
You
fashion
have to
model
take advantage
gets
of it.
you.
I understand from the business perspective, but when you lose quality in the clothing, you really just look at him like, man,
It's profit margins.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is like, majority of the people want this for work, and other people want it just to be cool. And then
And yeah,
It looks
you're,
cool. Man.
yeah, but like
You know,
you're like
guilty of
not
it too.
like what happened to like your actual model of business? Like, oh, this is supposed to be for men that are hardworking and are in
People-
that field.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, let's just make some money because people actually like to buy these things because they're cool.
people want to trade legacy for profit margins, and they'll do it in a
Terrible.
heartbeat.
You
And
know,
it breaks my heart.
it
terrible.
happened to a lot. It happened to Nike this last year. It's
terrible.
because they were
Oh,
knocked
so
down off
bad.
#1 off of every like sports category.
Well, they've also just their shoes have been crap as
Yeah.
well lately.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Oh my
the,
God.
They've been
the
focusing on
market
the
has been
weirdest things.
horrible.
Yeah, bro. Like the basketball shoes have fallen apart. Who's number
The
one now?
running, they're freaking is falling apart. And
number
that
one?
was their bread and butter.
Who was number one? Did you see?
I don't know if it's like Hoka or
Hoka is probably number
Hoka's
one.
up
for
there.
athletic wear.
Yeah,
like
for
athletic-
actual
athletic-
runners. Yeah, like Hoka's really
pretty
up
good.
there.
Straight
And
up, if you want Hokas,
somebody
go to the
else.
DI.
Really?
Really?
I get so many Hokas at the DI,
You're
and I sell them
lying.
for like $60. Get them for $8, man.
Fuck me.
That sounds like a
man.
Yeah,
hustler,
Hokas, bro. Bro.
But what sizes are you getting? Are you getting 9.5?
I'm a 9.5. Yeah, bro.
You're not. Fuck me, dude. What the
I'm
hell?
a 9.5, man. I'm a
I'm
9.5.
done. I've been trying to get those like for a long. I just don't want to pay the retail price.
Yeah.
So that's a hack.
I don't like paying retail either. I like being
Yeah,
cheap.
especially
never,
now.
bro.
I'm
Never.
affordable as fuck, bro.
My average price, like per clothing purchase, has gone from I don't know, maybe $40 or $50 to like $8, bro.
That's so
Like,
crazy.
if you guys heard of Indie Clover is crazy. It's
I don't
you,
think I
you
heard
rent a
of it.
booth. It's primarily a female store, but you rent a booth and you put your clothes in it and you sell it and you tag it at what you want to price it at, and they take a third of it. But they do like discount Thursdays and Fridays, and people are just trying to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And you go.
Great way.
I need to pack up some
You go,
clothes,
do
bro.
it.
go
Let's do
70
it. I'll do it with you.
People will discount it up to 75% off. I got brand new Ariat cowboy boots for $12.
Yeah, see, I need some cowboy boots to ball.
12
I've
bucks,
been, I've
bro.
been needing those for some fits.
That was kind of a rare
wild.
find, but
They are pretty
it's-
comfortable.
It's primary female store, so you got to know your sizes, and real thrifters know their sizes
Yeah.
no matter what gender it is. I know what shoe size
100%.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Online shopping. I mean, every
yeah, I'm yeah.
yeah, you got to know your female size, bro. Like your female size shoes, like
Shit, I don't know if
you
I
know,
wear
bro.
female size shoes, but
Well, you know,
13
you
and
just
a
have
half.
to. You have to go like a size and a half difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if depending on the wide width of your shoe and how wide your foot is, you can like size up. But
just go on Nike because Nike shows.
Yeah.
On the Nike
Yeah.
app, it shows women's
Yeah.
and men's size right next to each other.
that's exactly how
That's
I
how
learned
that's how you learned it.
retail.
Yeah. I know I'm an 11. I'm a 9.5.
Exactly.
Bro, I got some Hokas for you because I don't wear Hokas.
Really?
Yeah, I got some. I'll give them to you. They're,
I'll give you $8.
Nah, bro. I'm happy to be here, bro. Next time I see you, bro, I got you.
Oh,
dude.
I appreciate
They're
you.
like a
dog.
navy
I
blue. They're
appreciate you.
cool, bro.
Hell yeah.
Let me make sure I haven't sold them yet.
It's like, oh, they just went. They
Yeah,
just
bro.
sold this now.
I'm a
Oh, he
huge,
said,
I'm a huge thrift head, bro.
sick.
And it's just a hobby, and I needed something to spark my motivation again because I
There we
used
go,
to be
yeah.
a
Like
freaking
creative.
workhorse, like motivated out of my mind, and my marketing agency just like burnt me to the ground. I was like, what like excites me? And it was shooting high school football. I shot high school football and made cool videos for like
Yeah.
7 weeks straight and reselling, you know? Like one of my best friends, he buys and resells. That's all he does. And he does clothes, shoes, electronics, whatever. But I like the clothes. The clothes excite me.
Yeah.
And I'll find a piece that I love, and I have a rule that I have to try to sell it. And if it doesn't sell, it's God telling me that I need to keep it and put it in my closet.
There you go.
So, you know, I resell stuff that I don't wear anymore.
Find a purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's such a fun little
Yeah,
side
there's
hobby.
so many
like-
things I have to get rid of.
You got to. Yeah.
Dude.
Because I got to
Post
do
on
the same.
Facebook,
It's
bro.
all my parents'
Because like
house.
once I move, bro, like I can't. I've moved 3 times with like I wouldn't say the same closet, but it's gotten bigger every time I've moved, and it's just
Your closet's got to evolve. It's got to revolve.
I'm just like fucking
Stuff out,
hell.
stuff
Yeah.
in, bro.
Mine's even to the point now. It's like even when I get rid of a chunk, I feel like I got rid of a lot, and then I look back and I'm like, there's still some.
I have so many coats,
multiplies.
jackets though.
Yeah.
Every time you buy something, you got to get rid of something. You got to sell something. So every time I sell something, I'm like, oh, I can maybe buy something if it's the right thing.
I'm really proud of this. Last year, I think I might have only made like maybe 6 purchases, and they weren't.
Yeah,
none of
beast.
them that were really like retail price. It was like either thrifting or like got something on sale.
Yeah.
Because I was really.
I haven't purchased anything that isn't from the DI, the Bins, and Depop and eBay for at least a year, bro.
I love browsing on Depop.
Depop is so
this is
fun
so
because it's
fun,
so
yeah.
cheap. It's not
Yeah.
great to sell on, But oh my gosh, the stuff
It was
I
good
found
to buy
on
on.
Depop, bro, it's
Yeah,
great to buy
yeah.
on because it's just dirt cheap. I'm like, what's the point of listing this if you're gonna sell for $8? Like, damn.
It's like I just want to go on.
Yeah, that covers all the processing fees. The
It's not even
shipping,
shipping,
yeah,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I found some. And honestly, like, you can buy new shit on eBay. I bought some new basketball shoes, the Cosmic Unities. I love those, like the new ones.
Yeah.
And I almost bought them on Nike for like $130, and I just bought them brand new on eBay for $55. They're brand new.
on
They're
I used to
brand
be eBay head too when I was younger. When I started thrifting, I used to buy a bunch of stuff on eBay.
eBay's
Yeah.
dude, never buy anything for full price or retail because there is somebody on eBay that accidentally bought shoes that didn't return them. They're just trying to sell them, and it's the same thing, bro.
Okay.
Tags are on it, unused, unworn. Like, oh my goodness, you should.
I've not been on eBay for years. Last
haven't
time
either.
my brother and I did, you know, you guys know the brand Clot?
Yeah.
Edison yeah. He my brother like bought some stuff on there and they came back fake, and we were like, but we still wore them.
I bought some like what I thought was like band merch, and it's just someone printing on a Gildan tee, and I'm like, gosh dang it, how did I fall for that?
It's like, he
You know,
Kanye'd me.
I know. I got like 3 the 1975 shirts. They're all Gildan, and I'm like, gosh dang
Oh,
it.
damn.
Yeah, man. It's
tough.
But you know, I live for thrifting, man. Like,
Thrifting's addicting.
It's
Once
fun.
you start, you can't
Yeah.
stop.
and making sales is addicting. Those Facebook marketplace messages,
I want to
they
get
get
into
me
it.
going through the day, man.
I just want to get rid of my stuff. So
Same
I
here.
really, yeah. Let's do that thing.
You want to do
I'll
it?
get rid.
Yeah, I
I'll get
think we
give
will.
it for y'all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll give you a bunch of my random
I'll give-
stuff.
Yeah, if you
idea.
want to fucking fuck it. Let's just fucking
Yeah, bro.
let's
whatever.
fucking fuck. Let's just fucking
love
fuck.
Yeah.
So it's time to fuck.
I love it, man. I love it.
And then last question for me, but before we like get going, but with the kind of just like with your videography, you talk about that you used to love really filming sports. Do you think you'll ever get back into doing that, maybe at a higher level?
I think one day. I think when the time's right. It's just kind of a hard thing because so many professional sports teams are like, oh, we know that you want to work here, and we know that this is a fun job, so we're going to pay you less.
I can see that.
I would rather go where the money is and then enjoy sports with my money. You know, I'd rather have
Okay.
season tickets for the Jazz than to work for the Jazz.
Yeah.
And then you could take your own pictures
I didn't
for
think
your
about
own
that.
sake.
Yeah, you could do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather just be there at the games. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I thought
100%.
they'd be paying buckets.
You know,
I don't think it's that they don't pay as well, but I think it's just a lot more work that you have to provide
Yeah. Okay.
for the amount of pay that you're
yeah,
getting, you know?
That makes
and
sense.
I don't think this might be bold, but I don't think industry leaders really go to professional sports teams instead of videography, photography. I think there's definitely, I know there's some industry leaders there, but marketing an NBA team is so damn easy. People love basketball. People make fan pages for basketball teams and players for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real industry leaders are the people marketing stuff that is boring.
Ooh, like what for example?
Like a solar company. I'm working
Oh
for
my
a solar
God,
company.
yeah, okay,
And it's
okay.
not a residential solar company.
Uh-huh.
It's a commercial solar company. So they're selling solar to farms. And in my interview with them, I was like, this is boring. Like, this is going to be something to tackle. Because like this is boring. And like, but like dunks and LeBron James and I don't know, jazz players, like that's just so easy to market, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like
okay.
anyone and
It markets itself.
Yeah, it already
markets
does.
itself,
Yeah.
bro.
It already does.
that
yeah.
makes so much sense.
people
Yeah.
make fan pages. People love the Jazz. People like the Jazz have marked up their merch so much it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like $140 for a hoodie. It was a $60 T-shirt. I had a gift card because I shot a video for the Jazz actually, and it was a $60 T-shirt. I was like, this is cool. Like I would never buy this if I didn't have a gift card. But anyway, it just markets yourself, you know. And I've seen that because they have so many followers on Instagram and because they're marketing Jazz, all these creatives swear they're industry leaders because of it. And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, you know, it's a little controversial. Like, if you're
Yeah.
watching this and you're working in sports, like, I probably think the world of you. But there's just a lot that just swear, like, just because they have millions of followers on their team's Instagram that they're great at marketing, and I just see so many like NBA team posts, and I'm like, this is bad social media marketing. But you know, it's Giannis's face dunking on someone. Of
Yeah.
course, it's gonna get a ton of views. You know.
Yeah.
So I would love to work in sports. Like, oh my gosh, I'm the biggest football head. I'm the biggest NFL guy. I would do anything to work for an NFL team.
You have a favorite NFL team?
Yeah, I was actually born in Colorado, so I'm a Broncos fan.
So you're having an amazing season this year.
Finally, man.
Go
I
Bo,
called
go
it.
Bo.
I'm loving Bo Nix, man. Yeah,
doubted
so
y'all this year.
I'm a big Broncos fan, but I'm just a big NFL head in general. I
Yeah.
go crazy for the NFL, but I think when the time's right, I think probably later in my career when I think I'll start my marketing agency again, just with the right people. I think it actually might be in the works. We'll see. But I think once I kind of have my agency and it's more automated, and I can just do something for fun, I'll probably try to get like a job in the NBA or the NFL or the MLB.
Yeah.
Or maybe just go back to freaking UVU because I loved it there.
Yeah.
Like I wear,
College
I wear this
sports too,
ring
yeah.
every day of my life, man. Like
Oh,
yeah, little
damn.
shams.
Oh,
No.
snap.
Yeah, bro. I'm a huge there's like no UVU diehard fans, but I'm a UVU diehard. I wear their merch. I
Respect.
go to their games. Like I love that school. So yeah, man. I would love to get back into sports, but right now I feel like the learning curve of the not fun things to market is teaching me way more than recording dunks and putting in slow motion.
For sure.
Got you. No, that makes total sense.
Making marketing videos that work for hard products is way more rewarding and way less fun than recording dunks and touchdowns.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's a
So-
challenge for yourself. Makes you better, man.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten so much better since I got away from sports. Like I love sports, but I could shoot with my eyes closed. I could shoot a basketball game left-handed, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I love the challenges and I love learning new things and new industries and kind of messing up at first and learning and man, I love it. I love marketing and like I'm such a business head. Like my gears are always turning for the people I work with and stuff like that.
It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you, Simeon. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That was a blast.
That was
learned a lot about you, bro.
That was
Yeah.
actually a
That was a
lot of
lot.
stuff
Yes.
that you were able to fill in an hour, though. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
I know. That was
And we
pretty
didn't even
cool.
have to ask that many questions, bro. Yeah.
No, we just-
Movie, sports,
movie, sports, thrifting,
Yeah.
Marketing, yeah.
marketing. Yeah, man. It's
We got it all.
yeah, that
Sometimes
was a blast, bro.
Yeah.
That was,
we
that
get in
was-
trouble for not getting enough of the information, but I feel like we covered all the bases.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
we got a lot, man. Yeah, bro.
We do have a closing segment here. First of all, we do open up the floor. If you have any questions for us, this is the perfect time to ask questions.
Yeah.
If not, we have a segment called the Chef Special. It's free advice to the viewers, something you've taken in life that you think you can share with people that they can utilize.
For themselves.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. I think the difference between you and your best self is your autos. And the amount of autos that you eliminate gets you closer to that best self. So no more, I ought to hit the gym. I ought to start eating good.
I was like, what is he?
Everyone was like, "What is an
I
odd?"
was like, ADA?
No, I ought to get
Yeah.
better at videography. I ought
Yeah.
to get better at marketing. The more of those you get rid of, like I ought to stop spending so much time on my phone, that kind of stuff. Like the more of those, you get closer to your best self. And when you're best self, you're not in survival mode. You're in creating mode, whatever it may be
true.
you're creating. So every year at the beginning of the year, I don't make resolutions. I write down my autos. And like just like this year it's like a physical thing. It's getting back where I want to be physically and losing weight and all that. And but it can be whatever you want. I think everyone has autos and everyone has things that they need to work on. And just honestly shut up and do it, man. Like nothing, like your discipline will take you so far if you're disciplined right and you get those things down that are in your way. Because like scrolling on your phone, like come on, what's the point? And one of my autos is always stop scrolling on your phone, look at like educational or look at stuff from industry leaders. Like how can I, because we're all trying to make it out of 9-to-5 jobs and trying to make it big and retire early. And I think that's the difference of I think your best self I think everyone's best self can retire early or whenever they want. I think your best self can do whatever you want.
Valid.
So just the gap between the margin between that is just your autos, man. And I think you've got to really get rid of those.
No, I like that.
Yeah, that's something I do believe in wholeheartedly. Like telling myself every day, I do the 3-6-9 rule. It's telling yourself what to do and speaking things into fruition and stuff, And so I've been doing a lot of it. So it's really nice to hear it from your perspective and in a different term,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so everyone has that. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
100%.
Very doable.
And when you're 50, I hope when I'm 50, I have no shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yeah.
100%.
You know,
Yeah.
like I know right now, if I left this earth tomorrow, oh my gosh, I'd have no regrets, man. I love the way I live life, and I have no regrets. So like, you know, even though I do have some oughtas and shoulda, coulda, wouldas, like not a lot of them, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with where I'm at.
It's good. Hell yeah. Happy you're here.
Yeah, man. I've loved it,
Seriously.
man. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you for nerding out with us.
Yeah,
man.
that was
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
Crazy.
Oh, I could talk about all damn day, man.
And honestly, if we weren't shooting at this warehouse, we would be going.
This
a little
would be
bit
a
longer.
2.5
This would have been
yeah.
like long.
Because
This
they
probably
would have
been our longest
nerded out.
episode.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fun. Man.
Yeah.
I want to hear you guys top movies after we're done with this.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wrap it
Okay.
up.
I know
guys already
these guys
know.
already know.
Yeah, you guys already
I
know.
could list them all. I mean, I'd love to hear them. So.
But thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Yeah, man, that was
Make
awesome.
sure you guys follow everything in the description below.
Yeah.
But this is the last episode of the year.
It is.
We're taking a break in December.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
so thank you for being here
last-
and
yeah.
sharing this moment with us. But this will be the last episode for the year, and we'll get back to it in January. See you guys then. Peace out, y'all.
Take care.
Happy
y'all.
holidays.
Play excellent, play beautiful, play proper, stupid.